Welcome to Kilmallock for this double-header of the Limerick Senior Football Championship quarter-finals. First up we have Monaleen St. Kierans live on Sporting Limerick's YouTube channel. Joining me in the studio is Matt O'Callaghan of the Weekly Observer Vale Star. Matt, two fascinating games ahead of us today, starting with Monaleen St. Kierans.
Yeah, John, certainly there's the potential for two very exciting games here. I have been out on the pitch. Conditions are absolutely perfect. They're like, as you'd write from, there is a breeze there. I don't think it's going to affect the game that much. As we look on the castle down here, it seems to be blowing, if anything, across the field slightly. Two fascinating games. Like this year so far, I suppose if you're looking for a surprise packet in the 2018 championship thus far, it has to be St. Kierans, because all right, they were unlucky for the last couple of years in that they just missed out last minute points and this, that and the next thing, depriving them of a place in the quarterfinals. And now they're here very much on merit. 4 wins from their first 4 games, I think, tells it all. Their only defeat was in the last round to Newcastle West. And I suppose they're building a team which has a number of very exciting young players that have come through what is a very successful underage structure out there, in that they have been contesting minor and under 21 finals at A and at B level for the last number of years, and they seem to be bringing those players through. And a number of these players that are in the St. Kierans team, and you'll be naming it in a second, have inter-county experience at underage level. And then you have the big guns. You have the like of Darragh Tracy, Sean Sweeney, and of course the McCarthy clan, who have been around for so long, and Anthony Mulno. 3 of those are survivors actually from 2005 when these two clubs met in the county final, and Monaleen won on that occasion. That was the last time that St. Kierans appeared in a county final. And I suppose, they're the ever-presence in the Limerick Senior Football Championship. It certainly is measurable progress in comparison with the last few years, to be here at the quarter-final stage and to get out of the group stages. But they will want it. They will want to go another step further, and certainly they have the potential to do it. But we look at Monaleen. Evan Quinlan is back on the Monaleen side, as we've been informed. That will considerably add to their firepower up front. They certainly haven't rooted up any trees in the competition so far this year. But we have known in the past, like they've been champions in 2010, champions in 2011, champions in 2016. And on 2 of those occasions, John, and this is very significant, they've got in literally by the skin of their teeth into the knockout stages, and really embraced the knockout stages and drove on from there. Now they're littered with big names as well, with experienced players. Like I see Brian Donovan is there. He was missing for a lot of the summer. He was abroad. Like Brian Carson, Keno Dwyer. They don't have a terrible big overlap with the hurling team. Now the hurling team, who unfortunately just missed out on qualification for the knockout stages of the hurling championship last weekend. But it appears to me that apart from Simon Griffin, who's playing at full back, Luke Murphy and Keno Dwyer, they would be the only 3 dual stars that they would have. Plus, of course, Dara Kennedy, who is their centre forward, who plies his trade in hurling with Maru Boher. A big loss to Monaleen this year, of course, has to be the Limerick captain and their goalkeeper, Donald O'Sullivan. What he brings, the type of experience and the type of organisation he brings when they cross the white line. I've seen him a couple of times this year. I certainly at no stage did I see him as potential champions. At no stage I was pretty sure that they'd struggle to get out of the group, because it was a competitive group, especially when they got beaten here by Ballylanders, who were down to 13 players, you will recall. But look, they are here, and we have said it in the past. They embrace the knockout stages like nobody else. Now, if you ask me for a prediction, I think St. Kierans will shade it. But I for 1 minute wouldn't discount Monaleen.
Thanks very much for that, Matt. Quick check in the teams now, and we start with the 2016 Senior Football Champions of Limerick. Dermot Deneen is in goals. Full back line of Finn Nash, Simon Griffin and Peter Clark. The half-back line consists of Shane Cusick, Jack Hoare and Luke Murphy. Dan Power and Cian O'Dwyer in midfield, while Evan Quinlan comes in for David Mulhall at half-forward, and he's joined in the half-forward line by Derek Kennedy and Dan Enright. Monaleen's full forward line is Brian Donovan, Conor McManus and Brian Carson. They'll be captained by Luke Kavanagh, who is on the bench today for them. St. Kierans then are captained by Johnny McCarthy and have Robert Bradley in goals. Paddy McCarthy, Johnny McCarthy and Kevin Mead make up the full back line. Liam Kennedy, Brendan McCarthy and Anthony Munnells make up the half back line, while Dara Tracy and Jack Ben Harnett are in midfield. Noel Canlan starts at right half forward, Ray Cahill centre forward and Sean McSweeney, Limerick inter-county footballer, left half forward. Full forward line for St. Kierans, Anthony Molyneux, Seamus Mangan and Killian Enright. Paddy Lyons of Staker Wallace is set to throw on the ball here. As we look at it from the commentary box here in Kilmallock, St. Kierans playing left to right. Matt, tight game? Is that what you're expecting, or will St. Kierans dominate?
I'm expecting a tight game, but I'm expecting St. Kierans to certainly, like if you look at the St. Kierans coach, they're being coached this year by Micheál Reedy, and formerly of Drum and formerly of Limerick. And you would have to say like that there's few people in Limerick that knows more about winning county titles and what it takes to win at this stage of the competition than Micheál Reedy. And I certainly think that will be a strength in their camp. I'm expecting a close game. This is the knockout stage of the competition, John. The seeding has been done, so let's have the football.
Long ball in straight away from Jack Ben Harnett, and there's a chance straight away for Noel Canlan. Half chance of a goal, but Noel Canlan will be very, very assured and tapping that ball over the bar from the 21. Super start for St. Kierans. Very early score for Noel Canlan, Matt.
Yeah, a very early score. St. Kierans will be absolutely delighted with it, and they'll be delighted with the start, and they'll be delighted because I spoke about some of their younger players, and two of the players that I really meant by that was certainly Noel Canlan and Liam Kennedy at wing back are the new crop now. There are a number of others in the subs that have come recently through the underage ranks, but fantastic start for Kierans, fantastic start for Noel Canlan.
And Monaleen now trying to start an attack with Cian O'Dwyer on the ball inside his own half. O'Dwyer lays it off, and all of a sudden it's Dan Enright with the ball. Enright off to Evan Quinlan. Quinlan looks at inside in his options, the full forward line, but St. Kierans easily cut that ball out, and they'll restart. But it's Paddy McCarthy losing the ball now, and it's Dan Enright again from Monaleen. Back inside to Luke Murphy. Luke Murphy straight away back to Brian Carson. Left-footed shot from Carson. That's going to fall harmlessly wide on the left-hand side of Robert Bradley's left-hand post. Matt, Monaleen trying to get back into it straight away.
They did, but the approach play there, whilst it was composed and they held the ball pretty well, the execution, John, was very, very poor.
And St. Kierans start the game now, a short kick out, but they've lost possession. Played the ball on the ground there, and that's by Johnny McCarthy. He's been blown up by Paddy Lyons of Staker Wallace, today's referee for this first game of the double header of the Limerick Senior Football Championship quarter-finals. After this game we have Ballylanders and Ballysteen coming up at 4:15, but it's a free in for Monaleen now, and a very good chance for Brian Carson to level things up.
Yeah, you would certainly it would atone for the last one there now, and for a left-footed kicker, it's position perfect. Whether the breeze will be a factor or not, I'm not sure. We will know, but it's only a very slight factor.
As Matt said, Brian Carson lines this up with his left foot, taking his time with it. Carson gets the shot away, and that's tailed again to the right hand side here. A poor enough miss from Carson. That's 0 from 2 for him. At free, he would have certainly have expected to score, and St. Kierans now to kick it out again, Matt.
Yeah, I think Monaleen will probably be disappointed. We're 2 minutes 30 seconds into the game. They've had two chances to respond. Now St. Kierans are in difficulty here.
That's a great score from Evan Quinlan. He took advantage of Robert Bradley's poor kick out, poor short kick out, his second poor one of the game. Quinlan turned onto his left foot and sent it straight over the bar, and Monaleen have their first from 3. Chances Murat square again.
Yeah, the St. Kierans backroom team would be entitled to be furious with this now, because as you flagged there, John, we're only 3 minutes into the game and there have been 2 desperate kick-outs. I don't know what the strategy is, but certainly that kick-out was going nowhere from the start.
Something that St. Kierans will have to improve in, and Paddy McCarthy tries to launch an attack with a hand pass looking for Ray Cahill, but Brian Carson had filled back from corner forward and comes out with it again. It's Evan Quinlan lays the ball off to his centre back, Jack Hoare. Jack back inside into the middle. Derek Kennedy, as Matt already mentioned, a fine hurler with Maru Boher, but playing his trade with Monaleen in the Senior Football Championship. Evan Quinlan with an aimless ball that's easily mopped up by St. Kierans, and they launch another attack, starting with Harnett leaves it off to Seamus Mangan, then off again. It's Ray Cahill again. Ray looks outside to his right as Jack Ben Harnett. Not many options inside for Jack Ben, but he'll cuts back inside in the middle, will swap the ball over, a lovely ball, but Anthony Molyneux wasn't, maybe a bit too far. Anthony Molyneux goes out over the end line, or the sideline, for Monaleen ball now.
Yeah, I suppose there what we've seen in the last 2 minutes, John, is totally, completely unforced errors by both sides. And
bit of nerves maybe.
Possibly a bit of nerves, but you know, it's very hard to excuse some of them.
Shane Cusick long ball in, aiming for Conor McManus, but St. Kierans managed to defuse that situation and come back away with it just outside their own 21 now. A poor hand pass, and now the ball is in again. It's Evan Quinlan who got the block in. It's Evan Quinlan who puts Monaleen 2 points to 1 up, and again St. Kierans punished for another mistake in the full back line. Yeah,
the uncertainty again at the back, not completing the passes, the pass not going to the receiver. That's costing him already. The Monaleen, you'd have to say, in fairness to the great start that St. Kierans got, that Monaleen have responded very positively. They have two points and 2 wides.
And it's Brian Donovan with the ball back. It's Evan Quinlan who's 2 from 2. He skies this one into there. May even stay in. Brian Carson's trying to keep it in play, but he's unable to. And that's a bit of an aimless shot from Evan Quinlan, but you can hardly blame him with the first 2 shots he's taken today. Worth having a go. Yeah,
we mentioned at the outset like that he was a boost to their firepower, and we didn't have long to wait to see that, because he certainly missed a lot at the group stage. So it's certainly very positive to have him back on board. Now that was a bad miss.
And St. Kierans now trying to settle down into the game after our restart. It's Anthony Mullins. He looks at his options ahead of him. And slow enough attack here from St. Kierans, and it's still Paddy McCarthy on the ball. Plays it off to Ray Cahill under serious pressure from Jack Hoare and Dan Power, and he plays the ball into the dangerous Conor McManus. Johnny McCarthy inside, but it's Brian O'Donovan. Goal on here for Monaleen. It's Shane Cusick got a chance. Shane Cusick buries it for Monaleen. Again, St. Kierans lose the ball. Monaleen, great pressure from Dan Power and Jack Hoare to start off the move. Ball came inside to Brian Donovan. Donovan leaves it off. And it's a fantastic finish from Shane Cusick, Matt.
Absolutely. You look for a clinical finish, but what Monaleen seem to be doing, they're isolating one player inside, and the 2 corner forwards are drifting back, and they're opening and running at St. Kierans, and it's certainly a tactic that is working so far.
Views of Matt O'Callaghan from the Weekly Observer Vale Star here on Sporting Limerick YouTube channels are live streaming these double header of the Limerick Senior Football Championship quarter-finals today in Kilmallock, as St. Kierans trying to get back into the game now after that concession of a goal. Shane Cusick goaling from Monaleen after 7 minutes here. They lead St. Kierans 1-2 to a point. Ray Cahill now leaving the ball off. It's a shot from Killian Enright. It's tame, and it's actually gone wide. Monaleen keeper Dermot Deneen was half thinking about keeping the ball in. Everything seems a bit rushed now, Matt, in the last few minutes here from St. Kierans.
It is like they've been struck a serious blow, that goal, and the manner in which the defence was opened up, like it certainly will give Monaleen the impetus to drive on. And as I say, we spoke before about the knockout stages and Monaleen embracing it. Certainly the first 7 minutes is the best I've seen from Monaleen this year.
Sean McSweeney with the ball in on the left corner now, very, very tightly marked, but the referee was playing advantage. It's going to be a free for St. Kierans and a chance for them to get the score after only 15-16 seconds, Matt. 8 minutes on the clock now, they'll need this one.
Yeah, it's a massive kick, John. Like we've only 8 minutes on the clock, but the way the trend of the game is going at the moment, they badly need a score to settle themselves down. I think, is it Ray? No, it's Anthony Mulno, I think, that's taking it. It's hard to see it from here. I think it's Anthony Mulno, but he needs to put this between the sticks.
And Mulno, very deft swing of the right boot and taps that over the bar. Monaleen now a goal in the clear, 1-2 to 2 points, just coming up on 8.5 minutes. A badly needed score for St. Kierans, and Dermot Dineen ready to restart this game with a Monaleen kick out. Not much movement for Dineen to look at the moment out the field, and he's gone along with it, looking for Dan Power. It's over Power's head, and Brian Carson takes control of it. Carson assesses his options, looking forward, goes on the run, back inside the Power, and it's Jack Hoare. He's played a good game so far, advancing from a centre back position. It's Derek Kennedy now, taking on the St. Kierans defence. Well worked ball inside to Hoare again. Hoare looks up inside into the forward line, decides to give it inside instead to Power. Power off again, and it's Evan Quinlan now. They're looking to get Evan Quinlan on the ball every time they can, and you can see why. It looked like it was over from our vantage point, but it's actually gone wide, and Monaleen have definitely settled into this game now.
They've really settled into the game, and you can see the way they responded there to the concession of the last point. And again, it was Quinlan that got on the end of it. To be quite honest, from here it looked as if it was going over, but I'm pretty sure it tailed at the end. But it certainly was a decent effort.
Ball in there, low one from Jack Hoare, trying to find Conor McManus inside, but referee Paddy Lyons is a judge that he fouled Johnny McCarthy. It'll be a free out for St. Kierans. St. Kierans just need to settle a little bit here as they leave the ball off, and starting away it's Brendan McCarthy back inside to Johnny McCarthy, former inter-county star known as Johnny Concrete, as any of our familiar listeners or viewers from Limerick will know. Dara Tracy, a current star of Limerick's senior football team, into side to his midfield partner Jack Ben Harnett on this right hand side here in Fitzgerald Park in Camalla. Jack Ben brilliantly blocked down by Cian O'Dwyer, but Jack Ben has it again and back inside to his midfield partner Tracy. Dara Tracy under severe pressure leaves the ball back to Brendan McCarthy. McCarthy now, it's a good run for McCarthy, a good defending there in the back, and it's Brian Donovan all the way back from his corner forward position for Monaleen, who only have one man inside the St. Kierans half at the moment, but you can see it now from our vantage point, they're all flocking forward. It's Dan Power on the ball now, having been found by Dan Enright. It's back inside to Enright again. Enright looks to come back. Dara Kennedy in plenty of time here to launch another Monaleen attack. Dara will use his speed, and no, instead he gives it back to Enright. Enright now, Monaleen slowing it down, waiting for the runners to come off the shoulder, and here's one, it's Jack Hoare. Jack Hoare then back inside to Simon Griffin. It's patient from Monaleen, it's Donovan. Donovan now to Luke Murphy. Murphy comes back, it's all slow, patient build up from Monaleen. St. Kierans have also filled back now. Only one man in the Monaleen half, that man is inside in the full forward line. Jack Hoare, patient, looking for a little gap inside in the defence, and he looks to give it in, but Johnny McCarthy will mop those up all day, and it's easily defended by St. Kierans. Out they come with it. It's Paddy McCarthy. Dara Tracy now back inside to Harnett again. They're linking up well in the last couple of minutes, but St. Kierans not able to advance the ball very far forward at the moment. Matt, bit of a lull in play.
Yeah, but you'd have to say probably better defending there by St. Kierans in that they ensured that the runners didn't get the space that they were getting earlier on, and opened themselves up. That's a bit better defending and a bit more encouraging.
Ball inside now, and it's well defended by Peter Clark back there from a Monaleen point of view. Dan Enright mops it up, and it's back to the very experienced Finn Barnett. Monaleen have had 12 debutants senior football championship season. A big change in the guard from their county title winning team from just 2 years ago, but They're well on top in this game at the moment, leading 1-2 to 2 points after 12 and a half minutes. As they head forward again, it's Brian Carson. Carson now faced by Dara Tracy. He's able to get it away, and it's good defending. Stops Ryan O'Donovan from getting that ball. And St. Kierans now will try to move it quickly with Dara Tracy. He's Anthony Molyneux in around halfway. Molyneux now. It's a fine pass from Molyneux, a chance for them to attack, but the pass from Ray Cahill to Noel Callan wasn't good enough, and it's easily picked up by Monaleen.
Yeah, that's the third or fourth time that simple passes were not completed, and Monaleen have gobbled them up, and they have the numbers going forward here now.
He's standing right and forced to go back again with St. Kierans just filing back in time, and Luke Murphy will try and launch another one for this City side. It's Finn Barnash just on the 45-metre line. It's Murphy now into a load of traffic, but managed to find Donovan, and Donovan an aimless hand pass, but it's well played, well kept by Shane Cusack, and now they've worked it again. It's Brian Donovan, may go for goal, decides to tap it over instead. In fact, he's put that to the right and wide, and that's a sitter of a chance for the likes of Brian Donovan.
Absolutely, that was a gilt-edged chance, you know, and the build-up play was excellent. The way they released the final pass to Brian Donovan, it was patient, it was slow, maybe not the prettiest to watch, but it looked as if it was going to be very effective until, unfortunately, his execution wasn't as good as he would have hoped for and as you would have expected.
St. Kierans and Monaleen on the attack again with Shane Cusack. Anthony Munlo is funneled back into his full back line, averts danger there, and they come away with it. Paddy McCarthy, it's going to be a free. And Paddy Lyons has blown it up. Probably could have left advantage go for St. Kierans though, but he opted, and Johnny McCarthy starts again with Anthony Molyneux in a not unfamiliar role for Matt, funneling back to the full back line.
Funneling back now, and Anthony Molyneux, he's named as corner forward. Dara Tracy is on it now, and certainly St. Kierans need to get him more on the ball.
It's a ball in from Ray Cahill looking for Seamus Mangan, but Mangan wasn't able to take control of the ball. But it's a poor hand pass from Dermot Deneen, and Mangan has it now. Look for Finn Barnash, couldn't find him. And away they come with Sean McSweeney. Back inside to Mangan. Mangan's well capable of scoring here. Mangan's shot! Goal for St. Kierans! And we're on score here in Kilmallock after nearly 15 minutes. A mistake in the Monaleen full back line, picked up by Seamus Mangan. Mangan to Sean McSweeney. Another hand pass into Mangan. Mangan onto his left foot and buried it, Matt.
An absolutely fantastic goal. A fantastic goal, capitalising on a mistake at the back for Monaleen. And we were just remarking, you mentioned it a while ago about how rock solid taken apart by the runners between Sean McSweeney and Mangan. But John, the finish was exquisite.
It's a sublime finish there from Seamus Mangan, and Monaleen restart the game here with a kick out from Dermot Deneen, but it's a good mark taken by Liam Kennedy. Kennedy now again into Mangan, has already looked a danger man. That goal just emphasises, and he's won a free here for St. Kierans, which is taken quickly. It's Mangan to Anthony Molyneux. Molyneux, will he have a go from here? He will. Puts it high, and it's accurate 1-2, and St. Kierans are back into the lead for the first time since the opening minute. 1-3 to 1-2.
Yeah, they're enjoying a very, very, very good spell, and now is the time that they have to drive on and make it count coming up to half time, because looking at the breeze again, the slight breeze, it certainly is in favour of St. Kierans at the moment, but they have hit a very, very good patch now.
And Paddy McCarthy after St. Kierans win another Monaleen kick out. Ball in from Brendan McCarthy. It's long, it's high, it's perfect for McSweeney. McSweeney into Liam Kennedy. There's another goal chance here, maybe for St. Kierans. Kennedy goes for himself and into the right hand corner. Another superb goal from St. Kierans. 2-3 to 1-2, and a massive turnaround here. A dominant Monaleen up to a couple of minutes ago. 2 goals in the space of 3 minutes, Matt. And it's all St. Kierans now.
Yeah, it's all St. Kierans, and we spoke about the type of response that Monaleen had brought to going behind so early in the game, and it was a very, very positive response. But they've been absolutely rocked, John. They've been absolutely rocked, because this the last 5 minutes has been a takeover by St. Kierans.
Very clinical finishing from St. Kierans. 2 chances, goal chances, 2 goals. A wonderful finish from Liam Kennedy. He just took his time, and that goal puts them 2-3 to 1-2 up with 17 minutes gone. here in this Limerick Senior Football Championship quarter-final, live on Sporting Limerick's YouTube channel. Monaleen now trying to calm down again with Derek Kennedy on the run. Kennedy, lightning quick player we've already seen in this opening quarter. Kennedy now looking for options on his left. It's Brian Carson who provides it. Carson with a low ball in, looking for Evan Quinlan. Quinlan punches it out. It only falls to Anthony Monaleen, and St. Kierans mop things up at the back again. They'll look to now. St. Kierans will look to work it out again. Simple does it. It's Jack Ben Harnett on the right hand side. He's Kevin Mead in front of him. Mead now with a bit of space. Can he give it in? Seamus Mangan was another option. Mead's decided to go himself. Eventually gives it to Mangan. Mangan slows it all back down. Dara Tracy, man out on his left. And he's free. It bounce isn't great for Sean McSweeney, but McSweeney manages to keep it in play as he takes on Luke Murphy. Murphy does well to hold him up, and McSweeney forced to wait for options. Mangan now, who's becoming more and more involved in the game as this first half draws, and it's a poor ball given away from McSweeney. And Brian Donovan working back now. Gives it to Carson. Carson, bit of a playmaker in this Monaleen team. He inside to Power. Dan Power's met by a big hit by Liam Kennedy, but doesn't knock a stir out of him. And Carson has it again. Slow build up from Monaleen. Evan Quinlan now looking to inject some pace. Shane Cusick now has the ball from Monaleen. He's got their goal fairly early in it. Takes on Liam Kennedy. Cusick shows his pace. Wins a free. Bit of a tug back and a chance for Monaleen to settle things again, Matt.
Yeah, a chance for them, and certainly the St. Kierans have funneled Anthony Mulno back, and it's certainly working. There's less space for Monaleen, and they're not opening the defence as easy as they were in the early stages, and this is certainly a scoreable free for a left-footed kicker. But certainly the initiative has switched very much from Monaleen to St. Kierans. The trick for St. Kierans, of course, is to maintain it.
Brian Carson lining this one up for Monaleen. He's had one free already that went to the right and wide. Similar enough angle here, and Carson is more accurate this time, and Monaleen have cut the gap to 3 points. 2-3 to 1-3 in favour of St. Kierans. We head up to the 20-minute mark in this Limerick Senior Football Championship quarter-final in Kilmallock. A badly needed score for Monaleen, Matt.
Yeah, badly needed response. Here we go with the shot kick out again, but this time it reached its destination, and it's overplayed, and it's a free in now to Monaleen. This is the third shot kick out that St. Kierans will have been punished for in the first 20 minutes.
Architects of their own misfortune with these short kickouts. A couple have gone over the sideline as well. Something they may need to look at half time, if not beforehand. It's Brian Carson set to reduce the score, the St. Kierans' lead to 2 points now with this, his second free in the space of a minute. And Carson, absolutely no mistake from the left foot from Brian Carson, and it's 2 points in it again. Nearly 21 minutes played. St. Kierans 2-3, Monaleen 1-4.
Yeah, and certainly they seem to have arrested the slide now and are clawing their way back into it. Now we have another kick out. We see what he's going long this time.
It's a long one by Robert Bradley. Finds Liam Kennedy, and maybe something that St. Kierans need to be looking at more. Kennedy's won a couple of them that they have won. As Johnny McCarthy finds Ray Cahill in midfield. It's a needless, risky hand pass from Cahill, who struggled to adapt to the pace of this game so far. And Monaleen have it again. Dan Enright with the ball. He looks across the middle, and it's Dan Power found. He's Finn Barnash and Jack Hoare, with options. Hoare looks inside again. It's Finn Barnash eventually gets it back to Hoare. Left footed ball into Hoare, very deliberate to Evan Quinlan. Quinlan now, in fact, it's Conor McManus, and that's a sensational score. That puts one between the teams. A superb score from Monaleen, very well worked. McManus turns onto his right, and Matt, you're not going to find too many better finishes than that.
No, and very well worked after a needless turnover, unforced error here, back in their own half, or back in the Monaleen half by St. Kierans. And again, they were patient and they were purposeful in going forward and creating the opportunity for Conor McManus, and he clinically finished it. It was an excellent finish.
Free here for St. Kierans, having won that kick out. Paddy McCarthy takes it short. Anthony Mulno now Back inside to Paddy McCarthy, who's a bit of space to run. Looks for Seamus Mangan to go off on a run. Didn't really work, and Monaleen have enough players back to divert the danger for now, but Mangan showing his pace and getting away from a couple of players to Ray Cahill. Ray Cahill decides to bring it out to the strike to Brendan McCarthy again. It's a good ball from Brendan McCarthy to the dangerous Sean McSweeney. He may have a goal here with that cultured left foot, decides to not on this occasion, and plays the ball back to McCarthy. McCarthy may have a go here, swings it, tries to bring it from in to out, tails to the left and wide. A chance maybe, a shot maybe Matt he didn't have to take on.
A shot that he didn't have to take on, possibly, John, but nevertheless, you'd admire him. I suppose there was a sniff of a chance there. I'd say the execution left him down. He probably allowed too much, and it tailed off to the left. He'll be disappointed with it, but for a moment there was a chance there.
Evan Quinlan with a raking long ball down inside to Cian Dwyer. Cian Dwyer's hit late by Liam Kennedy. He had played that ball in into McManus's direction in the full forward line, and this is going to be a handy free, you'd imagine, for Brian Carson, Matt, to level things up once more.
Yeah, and it's not very long ago. It's only about 4 minutes ago. St. Kierans were 4 points in front and seemed to be in control and seemed to be dominating it. Now it looks you'd back your shirt, and Brian Carson putting over his third free in 4 minutes to go with Conor McManus's excellent point, and suddenly Monaleen are back in level terms.
Good response from Monaleen to the concession of those 2 goals as Carson looks to level it. He makes no mistake from close range, and we're all square here in Kilmallock. St. Kierans 2-3, Monaleen 1-6 after 24 minutes of this Limerick Senior Football Championship quarter-final doubleheader. At 4:15 we're also streaming Ballylanders and Ballysteen in the second quarter-final here today in Kilmallock. But for now we're concentrating on Monaleen St. Kierans as Bradley kicks long this time, but it's Monaleen that win it again. And it's Derek Kennedy who's adjudged to have been fouled here. Paddy Lyons asking Evan Quinlan to go back a few yards to take that. He does, and he finds Cian O'Dwyer. O'Dwyer now looking for runners. Jack Hoare's been involved in delivering a lot of ball into the full forward line so far in this game. It's another long high ball in, looking for Conor McManus. It's punched out, ball falls to Brian Donovan, it's over the bar, and Monaleen take the lead once more. Matt, Jack Hoare becoming a big influence in this game with his delivery.
Yeah, he's having a huge game at centre back. He's dominating there for Monaleen, but that delivery was perfect. What he did was he delivered it long into the danger area, hoped that something would come off it. The bounce favoured Brian O'Donovan. He got onto it, and he had a simple tap over.
And Monaleen away again here, but it's Shane Cusack's past the Dan Power, goes astray, and to be fair, it's well mopped up by Brendan McCarthy, and away they come with Harnett. Jack Ben Harnett, good run from Harnett now. Can he find someone? He can. And the free again, Paddy Lyons brings it back for a free with Noel Callan just about to embark on a run, but St. Kierans maybe now looking to settle things down again here and trying to get back on terms again after Monaleen scoring 1-4 without reply in the last few minutes. Matt, will Sean McSweeney ever go from here?
I think he possibly will. He's putting it on the ground, I would imagine. There doesn't seem to be any runner or any option except a player here on our right here in front of us. I think he's going to have a pot at it. I've seen him do, potting from, or try to pot him from that distance. It's dead straight in front of the goal. It would be a very good kick.
McSweeney strikes it well, but that's tailing right. It's kept in by Anthony Mulno, but should fall to Cian O'Dwyer from Monaleen. In fact, it was Simon Griffin. Looked to have been fouled. Referee waves play on. It's Killian Enright plays the ball inside. Seamus Mangan's shot blocked by Luke Murphy, and it's a free out for Monaleen after mopping up by Derek Kennedy.
Yeah, again there for Seamus Mangan, you would have to say probably it was the wrong decision, because there were a crowd of Monaleen players in front of him, and sure one of them blocked it down. It was a chance to get back on parity maybe, but I think even though he was in front of the goal, it would have been better played out to one of his teammates.
Monaleen with a very fast attack there, very well worked hand passing through the middle of the field, but Conor McManus unable to gain control of it in the full forward line. St. Kierans work it back across their goals, and it's Anthony Mullins comes out with it. He's well blocked by Evan Quillan. His run was anyway. Jack Ben Hartnett has it. for St. Kierans. A high hand pass, dangerous one, well taken by Mullins, and it's a hit into the back by Keane O'Dwyer. And St. Kierans have the free and breaking play now as Mullins, fairly tasty one into the back from that, Matt.
Yeah, absolutely. But he seems to be okay. He's getting up anyway.
Breaking play as Paddy Lyons goes in to check on the injured player here. As we see St. Kierans trailing Monaleen by 1 point, 2-3 to 1-7. Monaleen are in front, or 1-7 to 2-3 I should say, with nearly 28 minutes played of this Limerick Senior Football Championship quarter-final in Kilmallock.
Yeah, you really have to admire the way that they hit back, and they erased the 4 point deficit, and then after getting the last 5 points,
they didn't panic, Matt.
No, they didn't panic. It was composed, it was patient, and they're drawing the fouls up there, and some of the fouls are pretty needless.
St. Kierans back now, back with play, but it's a poor ball from Brendan McCarthy and easily taken by Jack Horback, and Monaleen go forward again. Luke Murphy with the ball, looking for runners off his shoulder. It's one of the features of Monaleen's play so far in this game. As Monaleen come forward again with Simon Griffin. Griffin takes the ball back and back inside to his corner back. Monaleen come forward again. It's Peter Clark with the ball. Clark under pressure. He's fouled by Dara Tracy. Looking for a quick ball. The Monaleen selectors on the side and looking for a quick ball out to Dan Enright. Evan Quinlan opts to give. And it looked at 50-50, but Brian Donovan's pace ensured he won the ball. And inside to Dara Kennedy. Kennedy now. He's shown already today that he's a good runner with the ball. St. Kierans opt to block him off, and it's Evan Quinlan. Inside Brian Carson. There's plenty of room here for Dan Power. Sniff of a goal chance. Power takes it on. One goal. Decides to fist it across. The ball, it's a free out given. There was a goal chance there for Monaleen. It could have went either way, Matt. St. Kierans have got the decision.
Yeah, they've got the decision. They've got the break. They've got their get out of jail card. That was desperate defending. No, not desperate defending. It was no defending, if you like. The way he was allowed ghost in and absolutely loose, and certainly had he been a bit more clinical, St. Kierans would have been punished. That had goal chance written all over it.
Another free here for Monaleen after one of the St. Kierans players, the judge to have overcarried the ball. It was Dara Tracy with possession that time, and Monaleen now slowing things down a bit as we come up to half time here. First, just a delay. No rush to have a pop at goal with this one anyway, but he does put it on the ground and it does look, Matt, at least at this stage, Evan Quinlan's going to have a go. Instead he puts it in high, looking for Brian Donovan. There's 3 St. Kierans men around, but Donovan still manages to win it. His players outside, if he can get the possession away, and it's another free conceded by St. Kierans. And needs free, Matt, perhaps harsh.
Yeah, maybe, but it certainly, I think it was a foul. I think Paddy got it right. But this is the second high ball that has been lobbed in now in a couple of minutes, and it has caused all sorts of problems inside there. Donovan got in behind him for the last one, and he almost got that in his hand, would probably have got it in his hand, but for the foul. And this, the way Brian Carson is going, is a tap over, and it's a 2 point lead, and they'll be quite happy with coming right up to half time.
Indeed, the thoughts of Matt O'Callaghan of the Weekly Observer Vale Star here on Sporting Limerick, and it's Brian Carson will not miss them. He did a sighter early on, he put to the right and wide. He's hit 4 since then, and Monaleen now lead 1-8 to 2-3, Matt, and we're coming up to close to half time. What do St. Kierans need to do to get back into this?
Look, first of all, it is half time here now. St. Kieran or Monaleen, They were 4 points down midway through the half, and the way they have absolutely responded, they have scored the last 5 points without reply. Like the last score that we got for St. Kierans was in the 17th minute. They've gone 13 minutes without a score for St. Kierans. Came after a period of St. Kierans' dominance. but they have relented their grip on the game and have allowed Monaleen come back, reimpose themselves on the game, and certainly there'll be a lot of hard talking in the St. Kierans dressing room at half time, because they certainly will have to up the intensity, and they certainly they'll need much greater concentration at the back, because Monaleen are capitalising on mistakes early on. Now they're capitalising and drawing the fouls, and St. Kierans will have to eliminate that at half time, or find a formula for eliminating it in the second half if they're to have further interest in this competition.
And that's it from us here at half time, where Monaleen leads St. Kierans in this Limerick Senior Football Championship quarter final 1-8 to 2-3. Second half of this Limerick Senior Football Championship quarter final between Monaleen and St. Kierans. Monaleen with a 2-point lead at the break. Matt, what do St. Kierans need to do to get back into this?
Well, certainly they need to up the intensity, number one, and they need to up the concentration, and particularly at the back. Like they've conceded some very, very easy scores, you would have to say. In the beginning, they conceded them when they had got the boost of a point from Noel Callan, literally within the first minute. And since they have conceded some very, very, very foolish frees, and like Brian Carson is just absolutely feeding off him. He's just absolutely feeding off him. So, like, they need to cut it out, and we're on here now anyway, John.
Back underway here, and it's St. Kierans on the attack straight away with Jack Ben Harnett delivering a long one in. It's Noel Callan that takes control of it. Noel scored the opening score after just 15 seconds of the game. He's looking to do the same at the start of the second half. Will he go for a goal? He does, and it's just wide, a yard or two wide. Good run from Noel Callan. Matt, may have been, the goal opened up, may have been better off tapping it over the bar.
Maybe, but the chance was there, and Dermot Deneen was rooted at the wrong side of the goal. The opening was absolutely there. I think he was right to go for it, but he will be very, very disappointed with the execution. Now, St. Kierans, whilst we were following the play, seemed to have suffered a major blow in that Darragh Tracy is coming off, and he looks to be in a bit of trouble. Seems to be a leg injury, and it looks as if he will take no further part. So we have
John Doyle on for Darragh Tracy. I think Matt, he went up for the kick out, landed awkwardly on the way down.
That would appear to what happened. Now, John Doyle is an experienced player, and he certainly will bring experience to the table. But like this you know, Darragh Tracy is a huge loss to any team.
Big blow indeed for St. Kierans if Darragh Tracy can't come back onto the field. But it's John Doyle who's on for him now, as Anthony Molyneux has possession of the ball for St. Kierans. A long hand pass off to Brendan McCarthy. McCarthy now has a look at goal. Is blocked from any chance of an attempting shot by Brian Donovan. Cuts back behind and laying it back to the players behind him with Molyneux again. Molyneux now, creative player inside. Body McCarthy effortlessly beats his man. Comes back onto his right foot. Back to Brendan McCarthy again. McCarthy under pressure from Brian Carson, and probably come back out this way to Anthony Molyneux again. It's Paddy McCarthy looking ahead, beats Evan Quinlan, gets a free. Evan Quinlan tugged him back. Chance for Sean McSweeney. Yeah,
Sean McSweeney. It's closer to the one that he took in the first half, and whilst his radar was off with the kick, he almost got the distance. He's going to take it short.
Takes a short, looking for Seamus Mangan. Poor mistake from there, and Jack Hoare takes control of it from Monaleen. One of Monaleen's most impressive players in that opening half was Jack Hoare. Defended everything easily and created a number of attacks as well, as Monaleen come away with the ball. Pushing it back by John Doyle on Cian O'Dwyer, and Monaleen will take their time. 2 points to the clear. And it's Derek Kennedy that will take the ball. He's looking for options. No one seems to be available. Eventually gives it to Jack Hoare, and Hoare gives the ball away poorly to Liam Kennedy, and Sean McSweeney to launch an attack for St. Kierans. Needs to be quicker in. Cultured left foot of Sean McSweeney tries to find Killian Enright, and it goes out over the side, and it'll be a sideline ball which Finbar Nash takes. A great ball from Finbar Nash to Brian Carson. Carson now. Big influence in the first half, mainly from frees, but has come out into his own half on several occasions to launch attacks as well. Dan Enright wins the free. A trip from Sean McSweeney, Matt.
Yeah, trip and the whole series of basic mistakes, being allowed, being turned over, and conceding ridiculous frees.
Luke Murphy with a ball into Conor McManus. McManus shrugged off a couple of players, namely Johnny McCarthy and Brendan McCarthy, to win control of the ball. Brian Donovan now off to Kennedy. Kennedy looking to run, but Noel Canlan gets back to him. Ball back inside to Luke Murphy again. Murphy dummies to shoot from that far, from 45 metres. Opts not to. As Dan Enright has a go himself, and that's a super effort from Dan Enright. That's over the bar, Matt, for one of the scores of the game.
Yeah, excellent score, and excellent holding up by Luke Murphy there, and excellent appreciation of where where his teammate who was in a better position was, and that's an excellent score by Daniel Enright. Like a player that has come through the ranks in Monaleen, and who has come through with quite a considerable amount of promise, and is a very, very good footballer, and of course is one of the survivors. I think was he the baby of the 2016 team?
He was indeed.
So he's like a very, very young player, and certainly that what we expect from him, the type of talent he has, I think he showed it there with the execution of that point. His positioning in the first place and his execution. Anthony
Mullins on the attack now for St. Kierans. They'll look to get their first score of the game. He's fouled in by Brian Donovan. Monaleen leading 1-9 to 2-3 after 5 minutes of this second half in the Limerick Senior Football Championship quarter final, the first of two games here in Kilmallock, as Monaleen win the ball back rather easily by Peter Clark with a man, and Finbar Nash launches attack to the lightning quick Shane Cusick. It's 3-on-2 in defence. Cusick, he'll keep going with Cusick. Anthony Mullinagh has fouled him. That could be a black card and could be the end of Anthony Mullinaugh's afternoon, Matt.
It possibly could, because was he the last man back, although I think there was a defender coming in. But St. Kierans have to ask themselves questions, John. Why was he allowed so much space? Why did the ground open up in front of him? Like, there's no doubt whatsoever he had goal intent in his head, and I think there's little doubt but that he would have executed it. He had gone in so far before Anthony Mullinagh fouled him, and like it wasn't terribly far away from the penalty area either.
It's only doesn't seem to be a card issue to Anthony Mullinagh on that occasion for Paddy Lyons. Either way, it's Brian Carson lining up the free for Monaleen. Stretched their lead to 4 points, and Carson makes no mistake. Monaleen 1-10, St. Kierans 2-3 after 6 minutes of the second half. Monaleen starting to take control, Matt.
Yeah, St. Kierans have to find a response within the next 5 to 10 minutes, or if they don't, Monaleen are threatening to pull away.
Daniel Enright with the kick out, and it's Enright on the ball again, can't gain control. Has a little kick out of Brendan McCarthy, and it's a free for St. Kierans. McCarthy tries to do it quickly to Jack Ben Harnett. Harnett now looking at options ahead of him, but there isn't too much going on in front. He has Paddy McCarthy on his left shoulder, but he's opting to run himself, Jack Ben, and it's blocked, and Monaleen have the ball. It's a scrum, and it's a free to St. Kierans. Brian Donovan accused of overcarrying by Paddy Lyons, and he's the man that matters. And St. Kierans on the attack again. Seamus Mangan, Paddy McCarthy now. McCarthy had one shot in the first half. Lays the ball inside to Sean McSweeney. Sean McSweeney goes down. Foul by I think it's Simon Griffin back there, Matt. Hard to see from here. Either way, it's a free for St. Kierans. First chance of the second half for them to reduce Monaleen's lead to 3.
Yeah, it's actually Luke Murphy, I think, that he's speaking to. And it'll be very interesting to see what this card will be. Will it be yellow or will it be possibly black? It's yellow. This is an opportunity that they must take, Sean McSweeney. Look, you'd back him all day to kick this one.
St. Kierans haven't scored since the 17th minute. From Liam Kennedy's goals, McSweeney lines up. He goes for goal, and it hits the crossbar. An unbelievable, powerful effort there from Sean McSweeney, but it's rattled off the crossbar. Luckily for Monaleen, it fell to one of their players, and they come away with the ball.
Yeah, look, hindsight is a perfect science, John. But I would have gone for the point. You at that stage, St. Kierans had to arrest a scoreless drought, and that he'll be disappointed with that. And certainly from St. Kieran's point of view, you would really need to you'd nearly have to put it down as another mistake.
St. Kierans there with an opportunity, but unable to keep the ball in the full forward line, and Derek Kennedy comes away from Monaleen. He wins a free. St. Kierans really need to take their chances at this stage with Monaleen scoring a lot easier, and there's another sub in for St. Kierans. It looks to be Niall O'Shea coming on. I think it's Killian Enright that's coming towards us. Killian had that chance there in the last few seconds, was unable to control, and it looks like his afternoon is over. It's Niall O'Shea, I should say, on for St. Kierans, as Brian Carson has dropped back into his own 45 to take this free. Gives it back to Dermot Dineen, as Monaleen will try another patient build up with Brian Carson again. Carson now looks on his left. Peter Clark, his cornerback, has it. Clark back inside to Evan Quinlan. Quinlan's had an influence in this game from the very early stages. Late introduction for David Mulhall, but it's a poor ball from him and mopped up by Harnett. Jack Ben Harnett to Brendan McCarthy now. St. Kierans attacking down this right wing, and it's Cahill. Ray Cahill now looks for his options, assesses his options, and gives it to Harnett, who's came up very quickly on his left shoulder. Back inside to Cahill. Cahill manoeuvres his way through. Couple of Monaleen players. Another free. And Sean McSweeney, in fact, Sean McSweeney won't get a chance. It's Anthony Mullen now with the ball for St. Kierans. He's tugged back. It's referee playing advantage. He'll get that advantage now as Anthony Mullen's shot drops into the hands of Dermot Dineen. A favourable angle for Sean McSweeney this time, Matt, and surely he'll tap it over the bar.
Well, yeah, but there is a bit of distance in it, John. It's certainly not as easy as the last one. But what St. Kierans, they need to arrest the scoring drought. Like, they've gone the last 13 or 14 minutes of the first half without a score. We've nearly 10 minutes of this second half, and they haven't got a score. Monaleen will be absolutely delighted. They have doubled their 2 points lead without ever really hitting the high spots. And like we spoke at half time about getting rid of the errors, getting rid of the unforced errors, the mistakes. They're still persisting in the second half.
Thoughts of Matt O'Callaghan from the Weekly Observer, Vale Stars. McSweeney lines us up, and that's straight over the bar from McSweeney, and now it's back to a goal. Matt 110 to 2-4.
Yeah, and like had he done the same with the last one, it would probably be down to 2 now. So look, the decision making is going to be crucial, and they've got to cut out the errors. I know it's being repetitive. This is not a great kick out, but it finds Jack Hoare.
Monaleen come away after Hoare gains possession of Dineen's kick out. Peter Clark inside to Dan Power. Power now lays the ball off to Luke Murphy. Luke Murphy escapes the challenge of Ray Callan. He's Shane Cusick free on this right hand side. Cusick now, will he use his speed and take on the St. Kierans defence? Beats Liam Kennedy, beats Ray Cahill. Ball in then to Conor McManus. McManus has runners either side. McManus goes inside to Dan Enright. It's Shane Cusick, another chance here. Cusick nonchalantly flicks the ball off the post and over the bar, and Monaleen are 4 points up again.
Yeah, lovely composed and patient build up and purposeful in build up, and ensure that the passes went where they were intended, and a fine finish by Shane Cusick. And I see here at the moment that we have a sub for Monaleen.
Yes, David Mulhall is on for Dan Power here on the Monaleen side. Mulhall was listed to start, but it was Evan Quinlan started ahead of him, but he's on now for Monaleen in favour of Dan Power, as Monaleen gained possession again from that kick out. A fist down by Keane Dwyer to Brian Carson. Now they've won a free. Carson slows it all down again, and Evan Quinlan's going to place this on the ground. Last one in the first half he had from a similar distance. He chipped it into the full forward line, a high ball that caused a fair bit of havoc in the St. Kierans full back line. He won't take this till no. He has a go anyway, and it's another chipped pass. Loose, Dan Enright's loose. It'll come back to Quinlan. Does he have enough space to left footed shot? He didn't control it, and instead has to lay it off to Keane Dwyer. It's the new man, David Mulhall, just on the field. First touch of the ball for Mulhall, and he kicks Monaleen into the lead with his first touch. Very loose though from St. Kierans.
Yeah, very loose at the back now from St. Kierans, and Monaleen are being patient, and they're holding them all up, and they're finding the runners, finding the loose men. An excellent start. David Mulhall, his first intervention, 5 points lead for Monaleen.
A second intervention from Mulhall was to fist that kick out into the path, and now it's Shane Cusick into the path of one of his own players. Shane Cusick takes it on. Cusick still has it. He judged a foul, Brendan McCarthy, and it's going to be a free out for St. Kierans. Immediate impact from Mulhall in his introduction with a point and winning the kick out. And it's Monaleen into 112 to 2-4 point lead over St. Kierans after 13 minutes of the second half of this Limerick Senior Football Championship quarter-final in Kilmallock.
It's calling for a huge response and a huge last 15 minutes from St. Kierans, because we're almost halfway through the second half, and they've only scored 1 point in over a half an hour of football, which is hugely disappointing, and that's from a free. When they look back on this game, however it transpires, like there's a whole lot, if they survive and if they get out of the predicament they're in the moment, which you wouldn't bank on at this point in time, that there's so much they could have worked on. There's so many mistakes that they could have cut out that they made, and the concession of easy frees, and they have switched it around now. They have brought in a couple of subs. It doesn't seem to have made an impact. Monaleen are into a rhythm. They're composed, they're patient, as we have said a number of times, and they're picking out their men, and they are. You would have to say at this point they're full value for their 5 points lead.
Breaking play here as a Monaleen player and St. Kierans player down injured. As I said, it's 112-2-4 in favour of Monaleen. The first of two games here in Kilmallock this afternoon, live on Sporting Limerick's YouTube channel. It's Limerick Senior Football Championship quarter-final doubleheader. Second game starting at 4:15. We have Ballylanders and Ballysteen. Matt, quick chat about that one coming up. Ballylanders have been very impressive this season up to now. Done well to make the quarter-finals. A Ballysteen team last year that struggled, but have turned it around this season.
Yeah, I think they've turned it around big time. In so far as that, it was only last year that they needed a replay to avoid relegation, demotion to intermediate football, and you'd have to say that they're here on merit, and Ballylanders, of course, will come in with the greater experience of playing at this level in the competition, i.e. the knockout stage of the competition. They were beaten quarter-finalists last year, beaten by Adara after a replay, and certainly they will be looking to go one better. They came out of the same group as Monaleen. They defeated Monaleen in the group stages. You will recall they defeated them here at a stage when they were down to 13 players. And but they are coming off, I suppose, the least impressive performance probably of their last three, which was against Napirsik, who were rock bottom, and they really struggled, and it was only in the last 10 minutes that they overtook them and drove on and won, and were to a degree, I suppose, lucky that they beat Napirsik, and but maybe it was a timely wake-up call.
Back with play here and some Monaleen free. Just speaking of the Napirsik, as Matt was there, the Senior Football Championship relegation playoff is also on today. And after 4 minutes of the second half, Napirsik lead St. Patrick's 19 to 13. That's 19 to 13, 6 point lead for Napirsik and that. Back with play now as Monaleen attack through Brian Carson, but St. Kierans managed to spoil that one and earn a free out. And Paddy Lyons decides to have a little chat with Brian Carson after that foul, and his name will go in the book, Matt. Harmless enough, but slowed St. Kierans down, and that's all Monaleen are doing at the moment. That's all they need to do. Yeah,
that's all. They're in containment gear, and they're quite happy to snuff out what St. Kierans are throwing at him. You would have to say up front, St. Kierans are producing very, very little trouble for the Monaleen defence. They're at ease, and so far anyway. And look, St. Kierans have to find a spark from somewhere. Johnny McCarthy's moved well up the field at the moment. They've got to throw everything at it for the last 10 minutes.
As Matt says, Johnny McCarthy's moved up the field for St. Kierans. Monaleen now, only one man inside the St. Kierans full forward line. They've all funneled back to snuff out any potential St. Kierans attack. Now, John Doyle on the ball. And St. Kierans now looking for a yard of space, but there's enough Monaleen players back, and they'll have to come back across this left-hand side. And it's Mullins has had it. It's Anthony Mullins back inside to Brendan McCarthy. McCarthy now again looking for that gap, and then Monaleen are touch tight at the moment, not willing to give up any yard of space. Here's McCarthy now. It's a long one into the recently introduced sub is Diarmuid Mulcahy. Mulcahy to Callanan. No, Callanan unable to get much of the ball since his score in the opening 20 seconds of the first half. Anthony Molyneux, ball comes across the dial and it's intercepted by Cian O'Dwyer, and Monaleen now will look to hit in the counter with Brian Donovan's space. It's good defender from St. Kierans. They've won the ball back on the 65 metre line. It's Meade that comes away with it. Kevin Meade for St. Kierans down on this left hand side, blocked by Shane Cusick. Bit of a push from Cusick. St. Kierans look to take it quick. Referee Paddy Lyons is ensuring they don't. There's going to be a sub on now for Monaleen shortly, but it's called Shane Cusick. Back over Cusick probably to go into the book, as Sam Burns looks to come on for Monaleen. It's Dan Enright that's being called ashore early enough. 19 minutes played here in Kilmallock, and this opening of two games here in Kilmallock, Limerick Senior Football Championship quarter-finals, brought to you on Sporting Limerick's YouTube channel. And Paddy Lyons marks Shane Cusick into his book as Anthony Mullins looks to take this free from the touchline. And looking around at St. Kierans, there's a lack of movement early on here as he's looking. Has to go back to Kevin Meade. Meade now faced by Sam Burns, just introduced by Monaleen. Meade, three Monaleen men on, does well to come away with the ball as Meade, but eventually loses possession. Referee Paddy Lyons says it's a free, and a chance for St. Kierans to maybe only get their second point of this half.
Yeah, their second point since the 17th minute, as we have said. Look, it was a decent game in the first half, and probably for 10 minutes of the second half, but it has degenerated certainly over the last 7 or 8 minutes, and it's gone very scrappy, very scrappy from both sides. You would have to say, but one thing that hasn't changed is that Monaleen are comfortably on top. Anthony Molyneux needs to kick this to kickstart a St. Kierans revival. An excellent kick, actually.
Fine score from Anthony Molyneux, and that cuts Monaleen's lead now to 112 to 2-5. 4 points once more, as Monaleen will look to slow things down again from this Dermot Deneen kick out. A score though, Matt, as you mentioned, very much that St. Kierans needed. Yeah,
very much now, and they need to drive on from here, but it's, Monaleen are on top in so many areas of the field that it's very, very hard to see where the revival is going to come from.
And Sam Burns takes that loose ball and leaves it off to Brian Donovan. Donovan now speeding away from the St. Kierans players, leaves it off to McManus. Goal chance for Monaleen, played across. Chance, it's an easy one, and Monaleen have sewn this game up. Now you have to think Matt O'Callaghan. It's Brian Carson with the finish, well worked move. Sam Burns won the kick out to Brian O'Donovan across to Conor McManus. Hand pass in, Carson took control and just slotted it home.
Yeah, an absolutely excellent team score, and it was the dream response to the concession of a point up here, when which gave I suppose St. Kierans a glimmer, but you would have to say with about 8 minutes left that the door, it looks to be closing. You never say never at this stage. But it looks to be shut fairly tight at the moment on St. Kierans.
St. Kierans now have a free just outside the 45 metre line. A very heavily bandaged Sean McSweeney to take this one. And at this stage now with 7 points down and 8 minutes left to play, McSweeney looks to be having a shot at goal, looking for a point, but it's a yellow card for Johnny McCarthy, or Brendan McCarthy. I'm not sure which. Sorry, Johnny or Paddy McCarthy. I didn't see which one. He flashed that one to Matt. Either way, Sean McSweeney to have a go from here. It's a fine strike by McSweeney. It goes all the way over the bar. Fine score for McSweeney. Lead back to 6, 2-12 to 2-6 in favour of Monaleen.
Yeah, it keeps the scoreboard ticking over. It keeps some bit of hope there, but they need much more. And they're into the territory now. Like their greatest enemy at the moment now is time, and we're at the stage now where St. Kierans really need a goal.
They do. They've got 3 points in the second half, but the problem for St. Kierans has been in this second 30 minutes that they haven't scored from play as of yet. 3 frees as Evan Quinlan has the ball for Monaleen to Derek Kennedy. Brian Donovan takes and he eases away from the challenge of Sean McSweeney. The languid style of Brian Donovan now, and then he injects some pace into it, forcing this on this occasion to move it back to Finn Barnash, and it's David Mulhall for Monaleen with possession. Monaleen slowly building it up. They've no reason to do anything else, leading by 6 points. Nearly 23 and a half minutes played of this Limerick Senior Football Championship quarter final here in Kilmallock. Mulhall now for Monaleen, just easing forward with the ball to Hoare. Back to Mulhall again. He evens a free, and that's just basically Matt. That's all Monaleen need to do at this stage, is hold on to the ball. Has Brian O'Donovan now chance to attack. Dummy's on his left side, has a go with his right, half blocked. It'll come in for Conor McManus. It's still there. It's a chance for Sam Burns. Could have been another goal.
It could have been another goal, and it would have been the direct result again of uncertainty, uncharacteristic uncertainty in the St. Kierans defence. And you just wonder, John, at this point, where is the form that St. Kierans have shown in the championship so far? It has deserted them today to a certain degree, and like the last time that they were here in a quarter final was in 2014. And they were beaten by St. Patrick's, who I think scored 5 goals that particular day.
No. Fine run from Jack Ben Harnett there. Looked to have put it over the bar, but it's got tail to the left, and another missed chance goes a begging for St. Kierans as a raft of substitutions come on. 2 for Monaleen and 1 for St. Kierans. For Monaleen, you've Evan O'Neill and Alan Nicholas coming on. I'm not sure who's coming off yet, and Brian Crowley has entered the fray for St. Kierans. He's come on for Noel Callanan for the Monaleen side. I'm still waiting to see who's come off from Monaleen. Shane Cusick is certainly one of the players to come off, and the other is going to be Conor McManus as Dermot Dineen prepares to take this kick out for Monaleen. At this stage, Matt, 5 minutes remaining. We've already mentioned it, 6 points down. It's a must be goals for St. Kierans.
It must be a goal. There's such a paltry return in terms of scores from St. Kierans so far.
Especially from play.
They haven't scored from play in this half. Like, it's very, very hard to see where they're going to kick 6 points in the remaining time, and that's the challenge that's there for them, and I'm afraid they're not going to rise to it.
Anthony Mullen now, the sideline ball here for St. Kierans. He finds Seamus Mangan. Mangan has been relatively quiet in this second half. St. Kierans have not got enough ball into him. He was a constant threat in the opening half hour as Johnny McCarthy looks to find Brendan McCarthy. He's hit by Sam Burns, but McCarthy still comes away with the ball. Assesses his options ahead of Malin. Nicholas comes in with the challenge. Free given again, and McCarthy takes the short to Sean McSweeney. McSweeney held up by Luke Murphy initially, and now he's joined by David Mulhall. Another free given for St. Kierans. That one perhaps a little on the harsh side, but St. Kierans need to work around goals. Luke Murphy has gone down. Paddy Lyons isn't going to let that free be taken quickly as Murphy's on the ground, and Matt Monaleen at this stage with just over 3 minutes left. They're cruising to semi-final place.
Yeah, and I suppose we said it at the outset that their record would suggest that they're damn good, no matter what happens in the group stages, that they're damn good at embracing the knockout stage. And this is exactly what they have done today, because if you talk about form coming into this game today, all the form pointed towards St. Kierans. They had a great group stage, 4 wins, ran Newcastle West so close, and certainly Monaleen were far from impressive. Like, they just got in by the skin of their teeth, but you can see what they produced today with when the chips are really down. And when it matters, they seem to have the mental strength and the mindset to go for knockout football, and I think they're giving us another good example of it there today.
Sean McSweeney stroked over that free, another one for St. Kierans, their fourth of this second half. All their scores in the second half coming from playing Monaleen. Now back to lead for them with 2.5 minutes of ordinary time to be played. And Brendan McCarthy with the ball now, cuts across, a great ball across to John Doyle. In fact, it's Jack Ben Harnett. Harnett now running at the Monaleen defenders. There's a foot block by Finn Barnash. That's going to be another free in. Sean McSweeney went for one from a similar enough angle. He rattled a crossbar, a goal that would have brought St. Kierans right back into this game 20 or 8 minutes ago. It's going to be a card probably for Finn Barnash as well, Matt.
Yeah, he certainly put his body on the line there. You would have to fancy Sean McSweeney again. It could be down to a 4-point game. Were we to get a goal, were we to get a St. Kieran's goal, we would have some interesting finish.
He's already went for one already, McSweeney. This time he decides to tap it over. 5th point of the second half for St. Kieran's, now reducing Monaleen's lead back to 2. There's a minute and a half of ordinary time left here in Kilmallock. 2:12 to 2:8 in favour of Monaleen. St. Kieran's definitely need a goal, as Dermot Deneen will be in absolutely no rush to take this kick out, with Monaleen comfortable, but two frees in a row from McSweeney. And if they get a goal, Matt, St. Kieran's are right back in this, but they'll need it quick.
They will, and they'll need quite a bit of extra time, John, which I'm not so sure there will be, because there hasn't been an awful lot of stoppages, in fairness. There has been pretty good continuity in the game.
And Niall O'Shea looking to take on the Monaleen defence, but he's crowded out, and the ball is launched forward. It's a 1-on-1, and it's Evan O'Neill with the ball from Monaleen. Evan O'Neill leaves it off to Evan Quinlan. Quinlan has Brian Donovan in front, gives it to Donovan. Donovan, can he use his pace? He decides to slow it all back down and brings it back out to Sam Burns. Monaleen, even though a young team, showing all their experience with this now, and it's Quinlan back inside. David Mulhall has the ball. It's all the way back again to Derek Kennedy, the Maru Borehurst star hurler. Finished second Premier Intermediate Championship. Looking ahead to a quarter-final against Kilmallock in the Senior Hurling Championship next week. But Monaleen, in action for Monaleen today, and it's Hoare with the ball in. It's going to trickle out wide. 10 seconds left of ordinary time, Matt. Another wide for Monaleen. St. Kierans need a goal, as they already said a couple of minutes ago, and they need it very, very fast.
They do, and it's a wide. I don't think that they will be too worried about it. It will allow them face the kick out and get organised. But St. Kierans are coming forward at the moment, but it's a long way down to that goal.
It's Anthony Mulliner with the ball across the Paddy McCarthy. They may need a long delivery here, but there's room down this right hand side, and away come St. Kierans. That's a great run here from Mead. Shot saved by Deneen, and it's booted away by Brian Donovan. It was Kevin Mead in the end, came up from corner back, sprinted away down that right hand side, had a good save from Dermot Deneen, covered his angles well, and he got in very, very easily, Matt.
Yeah, and was allowed run, and he was everybody to take him, but no one taking. Monaleen defenders were letting it to each other to take him, but he kept going. But fair play to the goalkeeper, Dermot Deneen. He responded. He spread himself very, very well, and that will go down as a top class save. A very, very good save from the goalkeeper.
Another free here for St. Kierans as Monaleen look to introduce another substitute. This time it's going to be Darren Golden to come in for the City team. Last champions in 2016. We're over a minute played of added time here in this Limerick Senior Football Championship quarter final, where Monaleen lead St. Kierans 2:12 to 2:8. Matt?
Put this over. It's a one-score game. Everybody will be looking at the watches. They'll be particularly looking at Paddy Lyons' watch to see how long he's going to add. Certainly, you know, it will give us something to think about for the finish.
McSweeney who gives it a crack, and it's over the bar. A goal in it now. 3 points between the teams, coming up to 2 minutes of added time played as Monaleen make that sub. It's Darren Golden that's come on. We're still waiting to see who's off the field from Monaleen. It's Jack Hoare, surprisingly, that they're taking off in this final stages of this game. Monaleen selectors now calling on Paddy Lyons to blow this one up. As 3 points between the teams, Dermot Deneen kicks this one out. And it's St. Kierans that have possession for Paddy McCarthy, who's given a fantastic performance for St. Kierans today, but he's blocked down by David Mulhall. Mulhall offloads it, and away come Monaleen with Alan Nicholas. Nicholas inside to Donovan. Donovan now, another goal chance here. Donovan has it, gives it across to Evan O'Neill. Can he finish it off? Yes, he can. And that's game over in Monaleen's place in the Limerick Senior Football Championship semi-final secured. The finishing touch from Monaleen there with Evan O'Neill striking their third goal, 3-12 to 2-9. Matt, that has to be it.
Yeah, and you would have to say that all 3 goals were very, very similar. Great team goals, and that was a very great team goal. Patiently holding it up, patiently waiting for the player to get into space, and Evan O'Neill, who has just come into the field, Brian O'Donovan, he just picked him out, offloaded at the right time, and he slotted home. He slotted home with perfection.
Another sub about to come on as St. Kierans awarded another free 45 metres from goal. On the field coming now for Monaleen is Cahill Carew. It's a yellow card there for Sam Burns. And St. Kierans sideline not overly happy with that decision from Paddy Lyons, it has to be said, but Monaleen looking to make the sub now, and it's Evan Quillen who's off the field from Monaleen. Replaced of course by Cahill Carew, as just mentioned, as Johnny McCarthy looks to take this free. He's no choice but to loft it in instead. He gives it to Paddy McCarthy, and Paddy will just lofts one in, cuts across the ball. That's not kept in by Liam Kennedy, and Matt, that's pretty much it, you have to say. Monaleen fully deserving of this victory.
Yeah, I don't think there's anybody here in Kilmallock today, or anybody that's viewing the game could argue, but that Monaleen on this performance are worthy of advancing to the last 4 of the championship. It was a typical Monaleen performance that we have come to understand, that we have come to see for the last number of years. But we'll just see how this evolves now.
It's Burns across to Nicholas. Nicholas cuts back onto the left. They're looking for another goal here. It's Sam Burns. Burns leaves it off again. It's Evan O'Neill once more. Decides to tap it over the bar. 3-13 to 2-9, and Monaleen cruising to victory in injury time, which we're in the 5th minute of. That should be it, according to Paddy Lyons. And indeed, he blows his full-time whistle. It's Monaleen that will advance to the semi-finals of the Limerick Senior Football Championship, following a 3-13 to 2-9 victory of over St. Kierans, I should say. Matt, as you just mentioned a moment ago, very impressive and typical performance from Monaleen. They're a knockout team. They'll fancy their chances from here, won't they?
They will. There'll be certainly nobody's pushover. And you would have to say, and I think you flagged it at one stage there during commentary, John, that about the transformation in the personnel and the team, that as many as 12 of the Monaleen team this year are debutants to senior football, and like it's a complete new look team. The guard that brought a very, very spectacular championship to Monaleen in 2016. For the most part is gone. This is a new look Monaleen side, and and we spoke again before about their ability, then Monaleen's ability to embrace the knockout stage of the competition, and that is exactly what they did today. St. Kierans will be very, very, very disappointed. They will be wondering where it all went wrong. And certainly it went wrong, and like there was a catalogue of unforced errors. I suppose there was a number of bad decision making, and we talk about, and this is not reflecting on Sean McSweeney. Maybe it was a cheeky effort to go for the goal. At that point in the game, I would have thought that a score of any kind would be what St. Kierans needed, because they had gone almost 24 or 5 minutes without a score of any description at each side of half time. But like they will learn from it. They will be very, very disappointed with the performance, because coming off the group stages, And on the group stages alone, you would have to say like that you would have thought that they were in pole position to drive on and win the quarter final. We go back to the 3 goals that Monaleen scored. They were very, very similar. They were 3 very, very good goals. They were 3 team goals. They were 3 goals that were clinically finished. Now they did have an opportunity of a 4th goal up there, and they messed it up. But look, they will have achieved what they set out to achieve, and that was to reach the semi-final.
Yes, indeed. The thoughts of Matt O'Callaghan from the Weekly Observer Vale Star. That's all from us from the first game here in Kilmallock. We'll be back fairly soon for the second game between Ballysteen and Ballylanders, the second quarter final of this double header. Join